like I out. All right. I think I have it. Y'all tell me if the audio is on now. The audio is on now. I can hear myself talking, so we're good to go. It is Pick on Tommy night, apparently, from what Mo Patty says. Somebody else has already been picking on me as well, so, but that's all right. All right. Actually, I want to pull that back up. I want to see how it looks. Is the desktop camera looking okay to y'all? Got it doing some. It, that was loud. All right, so supposedly this thing will follow me around a little bit now. So something else I figured out possibly. All right, hey Carco, let me say hello to everybody. This is not boding well. There's Mind of Milton. Marco's here. Angelo is here. Marco says, Silent Tommy. Mopetti says, is he talking? Whoops. Ramses, hey man, how are you? Appreciate you being here. And he's already posting up links from Mopatty. There's Carco, as I mentioned. It's Dog One says Happy Thursday or Friday Eve, as some folks want to call it. Cliff Bright, thank you for being here. All right, let me see here. We'll pull this back up. All right. Oh, let him wait a little bit longer, Mopatty. Hit me up. We'll discuss it. He's been trying to grief me. I'm surprised he's not on here. Send a message right quick. I know you did. All right, so tonight, Dragoon. Hey, Dragoon. Hope you're doing well. All right, tonight we're going to go over several things. I've got a box of old slip joints here behind me, which is probably, if we have any age on us, that's probably how we got our start in knives. I know that was the case for me. Probably my first knife was a slip joint. Hey, Ron Dobbins, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. And here I am. Got off my main screen again. All right. Petty says, speak for yourself. I started with a Gerber. I probably had one of those too. In fact, I know I had some Gerbers. But way back in the day, I grew up on a farm. So way back in the day, I think one of my first knives that I ever bought was this little bitty slip joint when I was a young lad. But I have some now that not only like belong to my grandparents, but I have others that were given to me over the years. So I'm going to pull out some of those and we'll look at those. I'm not that knowledgeable about those on a modern scale, but I do have one modern slip joint, and that's the one here. We'll pull it out as well. All right, are y'all able to hear the radio, or is it not picking that up? Let me know if you guys are able to hear it. I'll turn it down. But I'm going to try to do what I did a few weeks ago and check in on the net here, since that's a another gadget. Well, I've got a ham radio sitting over here that I'm going to use to check in on a local local net here in a few minutes. I think I was afraid that the camera wasn't going to work correctly, but I think it's actually working correctly, and it's pretty cool because I can. Mopatty has one of these cameras and recommended it, so I was able to pick it up for a decent price. And if it works well, and I don't hit the table and shake it, I've had to change things around a little bit, which is part of the reason why um, the thing didn't pick up the microphone again. So, all right. Dog one says, if I'm honest, I couldn't open the first Buck 110 at 7. Swiss Army pocket knife was the first I could open. And I had some of those little bitty Swiss Army knives, and man, that was the thing. I really thought Swiss Army knives were the thing. And not gonna lie, I actually have a pretty cool one that you can see that I've used a good bit, but not the this isn't the Swiss Army knife that I'm used to. Well, I'll put it right here, that I'm used to carrying. Um, so, but I've had some of those little ones. I've had some larger ones, and they've got gone over the years. Whatever happened to them. So, um, Mind of Milton says, I'm here for the family fun. Thank you, Mind of Milton. Yeah. Kelly's Mishmash says, good evening, peeps. Somebody's playing with the radio now. I was listening. Sorry, you guys. And here I am. I hit the. I got to figure out that, because anytime I don't want to touch the desk and have it shake. Some folks lose their minds if the camera shakes. So, all right, let's see. Jim Cox says, howdy, folks. Thanks for being here, Jim. Appreciate it. Kelly's off to cut some paracord, and she'll be back. Jason Beester says, stop by to hit the button. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Jason, next week will your schedule change a little bit since the time changes, or let's see. You may be able to stay up a little bit later if you're stay on a schedule for the cows, but that's just me thinking. I could be wrong. All right, let's see. Ron Dobbins says, hit that thumbs up, everyone. You can do it. You can do it. Ground Fog, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Jason Beecher says, no, I have to get up at 4:30 every day. I didn't know if the time changed, and you may live in a state that doesn't do the time change. I was just trying to think. And Mo Patty's getting smarty and saying, Tommy thinking? Ha! Jason Beecher says, New York. Cool. And I'm assuming somewhere upstate New York. So a lot of folks wouldn't think that New Jersey has a lot of New Jersey has a lot of farmland. We drove from Ohio, from Sandusky down to New York City. It's probably been 10 years ago or more now. Hang on a second. We drove to New York, and it was pretty cool going through all the farmland and then topping the hill and seeing seeing the city off in the distance while you're still in the country. KJ4UAU. Good evening, Arthur. Please check in Kilo 4 X-ray Bravo. That's K4XB. My name's Tommy. Also, please check in Kilo Quebec 4, to be determined, KQ4TBD. That's Miss Angela, both here in southern Greenville County. Be negative and negative. Good evening to you and everyone on net. Yep. Good deal, Jason. Appreciate you being here, man, and uh, hope you have a good night. It's I'm not a morning person, so that getting up at 4:30 in each morning wouldn't go well with me. However, my wife gets up at like 4:45. Um, so she's it's 9 o'clock. She's already in bed now. So I understand completely. Have yourself a wonderful evening, sir. All right. I'm kind of keeping an ear out, trying to make sure that I get checked in correctly. Hey, Mick Ranger. Thanks for being here, man. Jason says someone has to enjoy playing with cows. Uh, it's as I mentioned, I grew up on a farm, but a cattle farm, not a dairy farm. So my granddad always had a pocket knife, and he'd always pull it out to open the sweet feed or whatever it was that he was um, may may need to open. This guy actually called my wife my much better half. That's okay. I agree. All right, so very cool. And we've got some dude in here that it's been a while since I think we've seen him. Says, well, 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 if it isn't the Postmaster General, and no, it is not. So it isn't. That's true. Let's see. TK flashing up those um, help with gadgets emojis, those special ones. I need to add some more. I definitely need to do that. There's Ramsey's link in Jim Cox's channel. Y'all go check him out if you're not already doing so. TK says, send. One day, sir, one day in the future, sometime in the future, sometime another, one day. But you know, the more you aggravate me, the longer it takes, right? Kind of like the mat. Remember the mat, TK? You still got that thing? TK says, Jimothy Cox. Wow. there, y'all go check out TKE's channel. He does have a channel that's semi-active right now. He's been putting out some shorts, I believe, and supposedly is in the process of building him a new studio. And is planning on getting started up again, not in the not too distant future, I think, from what I understand. Let's see. My chat is not working correctly. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah, that's exactly what that's what they call him, but he always he's a good friend of mine actually. And he's met Angela before, so he's like he said, and Tommy brings along his much better half, uh, trying to give me grief, as you know, as is indicated here with several of y'all already today. So there you go. All right, let's see. Marco says best channel on TKE's Discord. Let's see what that is. Let's see if it is what I think it is. Well, it's not going on that one, so y'all check that out, whatever it is. Mo Patty said TKE. He said you could wait a little longer. TKE says Tom has more members than me nowadays, but I still ship faster. Oh man, you started giving me grief last night as soon as it happened. Let's see. Hey, Metal Relic Art, thank you for being here, man. TK says, show me my rask. Oh, I do have it on the table. It's just hidden right there. See? Right there. Did you see that, TK? TK says, aggravating me? Of course not. He says, of course I still have it. I did not make any vulgar shorts with it. You were the one that was being bad. I just pretended to run over it with my truck in the driveway. I had my son-in-law actually help me with that one. Mo Petty says, I remember the Matt ordeal. Well, somebody's got to give TK a hard time. TK says, I will be back. Hey, TK, did you see the rask? Here it is again. Right there. See it? There you go. Why is the rask not in a box? Because it's not boxed up yet. TK Lincoln Mo Patty, thank you for doing that, TK. TK says, I still have a Discord. He's probably not been on it in 6 months at least, I'm guessing. That's right. I did show the rask. See? Right there. See the rask? TK's not paying attention, I don't think. Bob Tism says, hey, usual weirdos. Bob Tism, thank you for being here. Ramsey says, linking Metal Relic Art. Y'all check him out. Dog One says, Ramsey's the great. Nice. Awesome. Okay. TK, did you see the rask or not? Everybody else saw the Rask, right? So I got some pretty cool knives here on the table. I showed this uh, Victorinox. Not quite a well. I guess it's a Swiss Army knife because it's Victorinox, but pretty cool little knife. Actually, locking blade. You press the logo button there to release it. It's got a really cool saw that you can see that I have actually been using. It's still got the tweezers and the toothpick, of course. Uh, you got the corkscrew back there. Um, you got a leather awl, I think. Yeah, I got that there. You got the regular screwdriver, can opener, things, and all that good stuff. So, pretty cool knife, I thought. Let's see. Dog one says, I think that was passive aggressive, poking the bear. Oh, absolutely. Brian, if you're talking about the mat, yes, the one with the tire tracks on it. I did give him a bit of grief about that. And this is a Vero. Oh, brother. I'm drawing a blank. The Avid, Avid one, actually. So there's that Avid one. I do like this camera for the autofocus close-ups. I think it seems to be working just fine. It's if I can quit bumping the table. We've got a Sharp by Design Mini Typhoon, I think it is. I haven't done the video on this one yet, but pretty cool. I had a Mutt Stumbo says, "Is it just me that keeps getting the swirls? Is it the spinning wheel of death there, Mutt Stumbo? Y'all let me know. I'll let me pull up. Thought I had it up over here, but I guess I didn't. All right. I think it's working. Y'all let me know if it's spinning. Ramsey says the like button, smash it. It's better than smashing your thumb with a what? With a hammer. There you go. The the screen here made it look funny. Dog one says never use my corkscrew. Probably haven't either. I mean, not. Yeah. I just that doesn't. That isn't something that I normally would use. Now I think they make a something that will actually fit in that corkscrew and make the like eyeglass screwdriver or something like that, which would make it a whole lot more useful. I don't. Oh, brother. I'm scared to even go look. TK's probably done something crazy. I'm not even going to look right now. He's probably just aggravating me. He went and did something. I bet he's a mutt stumbo, just you. Dog one said no offense to hobos. uh, is it the one where you were not very nice to my sticker? All right. I'm seeing Mopatty. There may be a slight delay in shipping. We'll talk about it. If you could send that label to me via UPS, not even priority. What's the really slow USPS service? Just whatever the slow one is. Oh, it's right here. TK, I keep telling you it's right there. But you're not listening to me, so. Yep, and the fire's over there. However, it was kind of warm today, so I don't have the fire on. Now, next weekend, or next media mail probably worked really well, Brian. Next week, it's supposed to be back in the 20s at night here, 20s and 30s. So, no, I did not, sir. Let's see. Excuse me. TK says send the Rask, but also show it since it's sitting right there. Yep, right there, TK. Right here. Brian White says media mail. Yep. Dog One says LOL. Poor Rask. No, I have not watched it. TKE, I can only imagine. It's probably got something to do with you doing something outside in the city that you shouldn't be doing. So at least it was made out to look like that. Dwayne Letterman, thank you for being here. Oh, Patty, I've probably seen it. I mean, Trish, I've probably seen it. It's probably the same one that he did last time. He just probably redid it. Oh yeah, it's sliced up, and then he does something to it. Yeah, yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that. But you'll see he also sliced it up, threw it in the trash can, all kinds of nasty stuff. And he probably doesn't even have a Help with Gadget sticker anymore. And I'm not sending him anymore. So there. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. All right. All right, my. There we go. It wasn't chat wasn't working again. Okay. So there's the Rask TK. Uh-huh. I see. We got the Kunwu Compadre. Really cool knife, really snappy action. I had a regular size Padre, but it's cool being able to check this one out. And now here we go with another short. I think everyone probably adds a good week to the shipment time. The Rask is right here. See it? There it is, TK. See right here? Right there. And then we have the Holt Haptic. Very cool knife. Plan on doing the disassembly cleaning on this one pretty soon, and also adjusting the detent. Trish wants it a little little bit stiffer detent. So I'm going to plan on doing that um, on the disassembly and cleaning video. So that's pretty cool. Hey TK, the Rask is right there. All right, let's see here. Jim Cox says I need a Padre in my collection eventually. Yeah, it's a pretty neat knife. The action on it's really good, both on the Padre and the Compadre. TK says send sticker with Rask so I can burn. I mean, send them out when I do lives again. Well, we'll talk when you're starting to do lives again. I don't want it to get lost in the confusion and the move and all that. In fact, we may need to save the Rask until you get the studio built. What do you think, Trish? I wouldn't want it to get lost on the way. Better not say that because I need to send that and it actually get there. All right, let's see. Roger Baker, I don't know if I said hello to you. Roger Baker, thank you for being here, man, and do appreciate it. But I do like Brian White's media mail suggestion. Let's see. Well, Patty said Jim Cox, it is for sale. There you go, Milton. There's the Rask. Still on the table, just right there. Do not jinx it. Right. I showed it. TK, I showed it. It's right there. Rask. All right. And someone mentioned, that's right. Right, Milton. Someone mentioned removing that extra detent ball from the Sage 6. And I'm glad you reminded me of that because it makes a huge difference in how I like this knife. So put that there. I wanted to be reminded to let y'all know on that one. So very cool. All right. Oh, do have another knife here on the table. You thought I was going to pull out the Rask, didn't you? Nope. Here's the American Blade Works slip joint. We'll leave that one out here, actually. We're going to pull out some slip joints here in a minute. Let's see. Hey, man, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. Just passing through. That's one of my friends from work. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being here. Mind him up and said Tommy's face is in front of it. Yeah, I did that on purpose. TK says, I see that, Milton. He's being obstinate. Oh, man, using big words tonight, TK. TK says, no one wants to see a slip joint. We're going to go over slip joints tonight. TK, I've got a box of slip joints. Back here behind me, we're going to pull out and show some slip joints tonight. What's the number on the Rask? Let's see. Let's see how it picks it up. Number 2647. RWL 34. Rask. All right, back to its place. All right. Yes, Jim, I have some case knives as well. Now these aren't Well, most of them aren't like collector grade knives. Most of them were like my grandparents had them, and uh, two different grandfathers had them, and were used, well used. I'll put it that way. TK says, if I ask Tommy for stickers now, then maybe I will get them by the time the shed is built. Maybe. Possibly. All right, let's slide this off to the side. These are the these here are the uh, pocket clips for EDC fixed blades, like right there. I don't like carrying fixed blades as well for EDC because um, I've figured out recently some of what I like is just hearing the sound of pocket clips, pocket knives opening and closing. And I could be wrong, but I think that makes some differences to how I perceive a knife. Um, it could be a really cool knife, but if it doesn't have those acoustics, I think that makes a difference in the knife to me, if that makes sense. Y'all let me know what you think. I could be wrong about that, but I think it makes a difference. All right, let's see. Well, Wyvern Kodiak, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Which one do we have here with us? And Ryan Dobbins says, I'm back. Just had dinner, homemade lasagna, homemade garlic bread, and for dessert, having strawberry cheesecake with a cappuccino. Sounds pretty cool, Ryan Dobbins. TK says, my first live back, I'm doing a members who stuck with me giveaway, so there will be upwards of like 2.5 potential winners. I think I'm still a member, aren't I? Maybe. I think. Tegan says I carry about 3 fixed blades and 7 to 8 pocket knives every day, so I get to pick. There you go. Kelly's Mishmash says some sounds knives make just hit home and makes you smile. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Patty says, Sam. PK says, I'm considering getting a RAS Tommy. Can you please show off the one that you have on your picnic table? This is not the picnic table. I'm actually, TK, I've moved into, I'm actually at my desk now, so that, see the stuff behind me? Although I changed some settings here where it just blurs everything out. But I'm actually here at a desk and not in my uh, area where you say it's a picnic table. Ivor says, always, Sam. Chris doesn't run the channel. All right, cool. And Ramsey's is linked. Wyvern Kodiak, y'all go check them out. They've got some knives that are coming out pretty soon, I believe. And they're very cool. So y'all check those out. And I think, there we go. There's Blue Minotti saying hello to TKE, his nemesis. There's Mr. Mouse. Thank you for being here. Because this Jim, TKE's actually bought it from, it's got a glare on it there. Bought it from Trish, and he's trying to get me to ship it like post haste. And the harder he tries, the longer it stays. And then he just does it to be obstinate. Let's see here. TK says Mo Patty's collection makes mine look like a Fisher Price collection. Uh, I'm gonna put it back now. I didn't even see this until. Wait, we'll show a little bit more there. See, I told you he was obstinate. Look at that. Oh, that's not coming up. Why is that not working? Chat Ninja is not working here. Y'all didn't tell me that wasn't working. I got it working now. It says, move your face, mister. So I moved it. Now I got to find my stream again. If I have missed anybody saying hello, there's Paul Mills. Thank you for being here, man. I've been showing y'all's been flashing up all your stuff all night, and I guess it wasn't actually working. So my bad, y'all. But I appreciate everybody being here. And let's go back and grab that. Your chat's flying now, and I think I got too far behind. Y'all check out Tegan. Illuminati says, Tommy Gadgets. Ron Dobbins says, we can't see the knife. Oh, I know. I know. There's Gabe Harlan. Said TK got caught robbing the Quickie Mart. I don't know. You have to chat that up with him. Wyvern says, hopefully we launch the knives this summer. So you got the prototypes. You're still waiting on a date, right? And I think you were, because I have been on some of the lives listening somewhat, but I can't remember all that. TK says, Tommy, scratch the blade. I'm thinking about something. Let's see. What could I do? Could I do something similar to what I did with the mat with the Rask? I got to think about that a little bit. Let's see. Y'all check out Mr. Mouse. Oh, Mel says, TK, my predator bro. Oh, me. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Got another one already in the works. Very cool. TK says the slab is boring, needs more Rask. It's sitting on the table, mister. Wait a minute, let's see. What time is it? Yeah, I think it's been, yeah. Surely it's been there since then. But the nuts. I bet he says go back to StreamYard. StreamYard's too expensive. And then they wanted more money. It's working. It's working, I think. Unless y'all are telling me it's not. Ron Dobbins says hit that thumbs up. All right, and then Jim Cox has been a member of the Everyday Crew for 9 months. Congratulations, Jim Cox, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. And then also, Ramses has been a member for 7 months. Let me find that. There we go. Thank y'all so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. Helps me out so much. And again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. TK says, Tommy shows, I didn't scratch the blade. TK, calm down. At least not yet. Brian White says, who is this TKE that you keep talking about? He used to be a YouTuber. His name was the Knight's Edge or the Knife's Edge, depending on who you talk to. I think he lives somewhere in Louisiana, somewhere down there, way just somewhere down there. And he just kind of disappeared for a while. Let's see. I think he keeps talking about coming back or something, but anyhow. Wyvern says waiting on new blades, changing the geometry slightly to get thinner behind the edge. Cool. I like a good slicing knife, so very cool. Yes, you can mail it. What are you talking about, man? I missed something there. Oh well. You guys are doing. Looks like y'all are doing good work, Wyvern. I haven't been able to check out one of the prototypes, but they look pretty cool to me. So, congratulations on that. TKE, have a good one, man. I'll get it to you one day, maybe. It's it's a work in progress, Mopedi. It's a work in progress. It dog one, if you're using StreamYard, it costs there's a monthly charge for that. So I went back and I'm using OBS Studio. And it is a challenge sometimes, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Oh, you're not using you're using the free. Yeah, yeah. And there's TKE. Something about let's see. Member for 12 months. Thank you, TK. I really appreciate that, man. And I'm not kidding on that. And he goes, you know what would be a great 1 year member gift? You want me to send you a Help with Gadgets sticker? Okay, I'll send a Help with Gadgets sticker. Tegan, he is. Yeah, that's a good observation, Tegan. That's true too, Marco. Trish took his parts on Saturday. And yes, he's one of those bio boys. Yep. That's possible too, Roger. Maybe one of those gators got him. I wouldn't put it past him for playing around in gator water. Let's see. You said you were going to do something similar with the RAS that you did with the spider mat. I replied, yes, you can mail it. Oh, okay. I was thinking more along the lines uh, with with the truck. That's what I was thinking about. I do plan on being at Blade Show Atlanta. I'm only about 2.5 hours from there, so I do plan on going. Well, Patty says work in progress. How long? It's an ongoing thing. It's helping with gadgets. I have to work on my own gadgets, and I got this new camera today, so that threw everything in a little bit of a problem there with the microphone. It decided it wanted to try to do the microphone on the camera, I think, and that didn't work. So, yes. Illuminati Ninja. Let's see. Member for 10 months. Thank you, Illuminati. Really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all so much for being members. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Whether you're a subscriber, a member, whatever it is, I really appreciate y'all. Cat Scratch 9 says, hello, everybody. PK says, last Help with Gadget sticker got blown up on July 4th. I'll post the short. Yeah, I thought you were gone. I thought you were leaving to go to the mailbox or something. Let's see. Y'all check out Mr. Mouse there at his Instagram. And there's TK posting yet another short. I'm about to take his moderator rights away so that he cannot post links That's right, Tegan. He's called Help with Gadgets because he worked on his own gadgets so much that he can help with everyone else as well. Absolutely. Man, I tell you what, if I get to working on something, um, trying to make a computer do something or get a program working or get it interfacing with my ham radio or whatever it is, I will work for hours trying to get it working. And I hate that, but it is what it is. PKE says the main issue with the microphone is that it works. Watch this. Yeah, watch this. Where's he at? Let's see. Should put him in timeout. Is what I should do. All right. Kelly says, I think I used my message thing last week. That's very possible too. I hate it when I want to go in and do something like, oh, I don't have a milestone. All right. He's something else. Rebecca Pierce says, sorry, my fault. TK disappeared for a while. Rebecca, thank you for being here. Robert Willoughby says, one big hello to everyone, hand swelling from surgery. Hey, man, hope you get well soon. Don't worry about messaging everybody, and really appreciate that. Let's see. Hagen said, or Jim Cox says, I bet you won't do it. Won't do what? He's not a moderator anymore either. Thanks. Thanks. You know who you are. Thank you. We can mess with him, although that got us in trouble some time ago. I did it. Oh, I'd already done it. No, he's not a mod anymore, so that's why. TK says I got deleted. LOL. Oh me. It's all in good fun, y'all. Patty says, wow. Quit taking his side, Mo Patty. Come on. I didn't hide it. I did not hide it, TK. Somebody else did. And I know who did it. But I did not do it. I just messed with your linking abilities. So somebody else deleted. It probably put you in timeout too, but was not me. I didn't do that. Somebody else did. TK says that means I can comment on shorts if I'm not a mod. Time to pull that membership. Well, Albert says now you know why all my community gets mod status and you have to earn it. TK and I go back and forth a lot, Wyvern, and and we like messing with each other a little bit, back and forth on our lives. This knife is actually to be sent to TKE, and he's giving me grief about shipping it yesterday, and I'm giving him grief right back. So it's all that. TK says, mod me back, mister, so I can post links. What links are you going to post, mister? And Robert Willoughby says, carpal tunnel. Yep. Just don't don't overdo it when you get back to going. Oh me. Let's see, where's he at? Should put him in timeouts. What I should do. Against my better judgment. Was Blue giving me the business? Because he's your nemesis there, TK. Come on, man. Timeout wars. Oh, me. TK says I can post links on how to cancel YouTube memberships. It's not that hard. You can. I don't think you need to post a link on how to do that. All right, we were going to show some. We're going to show some of my old slip joints, but I'll help TK out of here a little bit. All right, TK, you good now? Don't make me pull your mod status again. I can go look and oh brother. Here we go. All right, let me get these let me get these out. Let's see here. All right. So this one's pretty cool. This is and I say this because this one this one's still in the plastic, and I can't remember what number it is. Pulled it out the other day because I think the little sticker thing is somewhere on the number. Oh, here it is. T08, I think is which it is. So that's pretty cool. I've found that in. Well, that's not looking good. There we go. We've got a whole bag that a friend of mine passed away, and I helped clean out some of the buildings that that he had. And let me set some of these over here. Some of these are in very rough shape. Some of them are knives that I've had for a long time. There's some folders in here that the regular modern folders that I didn't realize I had in there. Right. So someone asked about case knives. This was my grandfather's on my mother's side, I believe. So actually, there's a third. There's an old case knife. I don't know what the year is. I know I can look it up. Hey, Fred the Lug. I know I can look it up based on certain characteristics, especially on case knives. Um, Byron says Ninja Lives Matter. Let's see. Thick Ace posted up some more uh, links there. So patriotic. What did I do? I changed something. I'm not Fred necessarily. These are just a good many knives that are in my collection. I don't ever carry them. Here's another case knife. Um, this one's just a two blader. Try not to cut myself, but remember what I said. Some of these are not fancy knives. These are well worn, probably sharpened. I don't know how many times, a ton of times, um, and well used. Let's see. This was probably one of my first knives that I can remember. Um, there was a there was a town. I remember being with my grandfather and stopping in this old country store and picking that knife out. Some of them are pretty cool. I think this is a, well, y'all can tell me. Is that Boker? Y'all may be able to tell me. I'm not sure. But this is just like a one blade knife. Let's see. We'll put it. And then I've got various and sundry other ones. This one's, I don't know how old this knife is. Um, but very rough. Very well, very used up. And again, so um, I don't know much about a lot of these knives. And then I've got another very small one here that's it's actually missing the emblem there. Um, we're talking about Swiss Army knives. I've got some of those as well. Some of the really small ones. Let's see what else. One a little bit larger. Actually, had some advertising on it. Some of these knives, and I don't know much about these. These actually say charade cutlery. Uh, let's see. Well, I didn't show that one, but it looks like it's maybe aluminum for the scales. I'm guessing. Don't know for sure. But I don't know what someone did to that blade there. That's an old timer. Here's another old case. Although this one is not quite as used up as the, yeah, it is. I was going to say that it wasn't as used up as the other one, but it's missing something right there. We've got a blade that's gone missing. Some of those have seen better days. Absolutely. I'll agree 100%. There's another one that another case knife that's seen better days. Again, very well used up blades. So there's that one. There's another one of those knives, very similar. I think some of these were like handed out as promotional items. This one is a very small with a broken blade. Somebody probably used it as a pry tool. And that's a very interesting looking knife. Again, I don't know anything about. Well, I'm gonna have to let me turn the laptop camera off so I can show you guys the other ones there. Again, this one's very much seen better days. Two broken, well, one broken blade, one used up blade, and a cracked scales. Now there are those that would probably fix that. I don't have the wherewithal to do that. And then a couple of old timers there. No, not like TK, old timer knives. Let's see. Let me That's pretty much it. There's another probably promotional item here. It is a promotional item, but I don't know. I don't know what that is, and that's not a real Swiss Army knife. So I didn't know. All right, and then I've got. I want to say I have some more around. Somebody mentioned a Gerber earlier. Jim Cox says Louis P. Batson Company. Yeah, still started in 1948 and probably still here in Greenville, South Carolina. I thought this was a really cool knife. It's not a cool knife to carry. It's not very ergonomic. It's not very. You can't. It's not a good knife. But I thought it was cool at the time. Uh, I think I have some nicer slip joints around, but I haven't had them out in a while. To me, this is a cool slip joint here. The American Blade Works. And Mo Patty, the camera does pretty good for the close ups. I think it's doing all right. I was afraid it was blurry earlier. I was having problems with focusing, but I think that may have been fixed. Y'all check out Fred the Lug if you haven't done so. He's been putting out a lot of shorts lately, so check him out. American Blade Works makes a really cool knife, Mr. Mouse, in my opinion. And they've got some really cool patterns out now, different milling patterns. So, yeah, if you can read this, the Lewis P. Batson there that Jim Cox read, I think it's doing pretty good. So, anyhow, all right, let me check and see if anybody's posted anything on the. Let me see if anybody's posted anything on the. Got rid of that on the Discord. We've got a few. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. We have a few. So y'all post up your Discords and we'll go over there in just a second. All right. Mopedi, that was one thing. Once I got everything set up, when I pull up the OBS, it just pops right up, and then don't have to worry about connecting my phone or anything like that. So that's been pretty cool. Hey, Robin, appreciate you being here, man. Ramses is carrying the Leatherman Arc, the SOG Power Pint, Demco 8020.5 and OS 10, Spyderco Bodacious in S30V, real steel slip joint in N90, custom fixed in 1095, and a custom neck knife in AEBL, and Olight Mini 2 Ultra, also a Zippo bit kit. Awesome. Yeah, I think he's abandoned us right now though, Jim. And hang on, Jim, unless Ramses beats me to it, I will get you a link to that. And he's probably already beat me to it. But there you go. There's a link to it. If you haven't joined TK's Discord and Wyvern, I'm actually I have a channel on TK's Discord. We're just messing with each other. Just because. Ramses, appreciate you, man. Be careful going to get your brother there. All right. Also, let's do if you're not a member of the TK's Discord, I'm going to drop a link right here and you can go join and then go over to that channel, Help with Gadgets Live, and we'll hit that up here in just a few minutes as we wind things down. All right. Robin says mine was an LGK Pry Aries Tobiko Vulcan Sheep's Foot. Just posted in Discord. Okay, very cool. And she says, have a great day, night, all. Thanks for the thumbs up. Have a great time doing what you do next. Stay awesome. All right, Ramses, be careful out there, man. All right. Still showing that I have a change of video resolution. I need to change the video resolution. 2560 by 1600. Okay. I think we'll figure that out later. It might show up a little bit better if it may be showing just a tiny bit smaller than what we have, what we should have. All right, let's see. Robin says, nice. Yeah, Robin, I pulled out some old slip joints that I have, and some of them are not in the best of shape. Some of them are pretty decent, but some of them are not. I still have one that's actually in the plastic slip, and I don't know how old that thing is, but it's probably, I'm guessing, 50 years or more. But it's still in its little plastic sort of protective case. I probably need to pull it out and clean it up and re-oil it, put it back in there. But anyhow, some of these I actually carried. I carried that one a good bit. I've carried that one a good bit. So some of them were ones that I actually carried over the years before I got into modern knives. I've liked knives since I was very young. We were talking last night at church. I actually have my biggest scar is actually on my right knee, and that was a self-induced wound with a boot knife. From I actually had suit pants on. I had been to a funeral and was over at my grandfather's, I think it's grandfather's sister's house, and there was a group of us, and I was playing with a boot knife, and I didn't pay attention and let the tip drop too low and caught my leg and got 8 stitches, 3 of them inside and 5 on the outside. I got it pretty good. And I've had other injuries with knives, mainly just fingers though. And they were, the people at church are people that I have known for a good many years. Some of them are family, and so they were kind of reminiscing of how the whole knife situation has been something that I've done for many years. So it's kind of funny. But then I got into more modern knives, and that's why I carry 3 or 4 knives at a time. So, oops, bumped the table again. Oops. Multi-tool with the engraving is neat. Let's see, which one are you talking about? This one here, Robin. And Robin says, my mom used to confiscate any knife she found me with when I was a kid. Gave them all back to me on my 18th birthday in a little box. Oh my goodness. That's pretty funny. I normally didn't get my knives confiscated, I don't think. But I did grow up on a farm, and actually I'm old enough to where I'm old enough to where I was in the FFA, Future Farmers of America. I was in a small rural school, and I was on the soil judging team. That's where you would actually go out and determine which soils would be best for certain crops, and et cetera, et cetera. Had a cool field trip down to Darlington, South Carolina, where I actually got to see the Darlington Raceway, but because my um, teacher was from down there. But anyhow, we even carried pocket knives to school because part of the judging was to stick a blade in it, which, I wouldn't do that with any of my knives now. But if you've got a multi-blade knife, you could stick the knife into, try to judge how compact the soil was. So I actually carried a knife to school some. And it wasn't, that was a different time. That was a totally different time. And y'all, any of you that are older knows that. So, yeah, Robin, and I'm not sure that's actually, that says A.B. Carter, A.B. Carter Inc., Gastonia, North Carolina. That's not too awful far away from here. It's between Greenville and Charlotte. And that one's so worn that it either wore off or got removed. And I really don't know. Let's see. The scales themselves are not magnetic. The backspacer is, but the scales, I don't know what they are. I'm guessing aluminum, but I don't know that they. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to sound really dumb. Robin says looks like pewter, and I don't know on that one. He said I was a city kid. It very well could be cast aluminum. I actually used to work at an aluminum forging plant, but that was a whole lot different. That was big parts. All right, let me pull up the Discord here. We're approaching an hour and a half, and I normally don't like to go over that too much. I know there's others that are live, and if they aren't now, they soon will be. And I know some of you guys want to go check them out, so let's go ahead and pull that up. Display capture. No. Window capture? No. Cancel. There we go. And let me. All right, there we go. There is Milton. I think that's a Doc Schiffer that he's shown before. That's a really cool looking knife. Looks like a looks like a very sturdy knife. And Wyvern, yeah, that's you wouldn't think that being on alive for that long, but man, I tell you what, it will take it out of you. So that's the Doc Schiffer. Very cool knife. I like those scales. That frag pattern's really cool. Nice looking knife. I don't know if Milton's still on here or not, but very cool looking knife. Jim Cox has a Chavez, the utility knife, which is pretty cool. And then also another Chavez. I don't know which one that is. He could pop in here and tell us if he's still listening. I've actually checked out, I think, one Chavez. That's a neat looking utility knife, though. Very cool. Jim says RCK9 anodized by Darkwater. Haha, of course. That dark water does some good stuff. He's doing some pretty cool stuff. Salty Pines. Let's check something. There's another one of those at ABW, American Blade Works slippies, like the one I have on the table. But this one's got that diamond milled pattern, which is really cool. There's he's actually got some exclusives at different retailers, so check that out. And I do not know what this button lock, maybe a top liner lock. I see Magna Cut, it looks like, but that's all I know. And then a Oz Little John pin there. Very cool. I like the looks of this knife. I don't know what it is, so y'all let me know if you know. Pariah? Could be Jim, I'm not sure. That's a nice looking knife though. I'll have to check that out. In fact, if I don't pull up a browser and look at it, then I'm not going to remember. But I've got a browser open now. I can look at it. Heretic Pariah. Okay. I like the looks of that. And then Robin, he's already told us what he's got. Let me scroll back up. Well, did I miss it? I know what the middle one is because that's a Vulcan knife, and I've got a couple of those. All right, here we go. LGK Pry bar. I like having a clip on a pry bar, but I can see where that would be handy as well. Oh, that one's messed up, Robin. I'm sorry. It's got that mech logo on it. Um, that's still pretty cool. Uh, he does Vulcan does some good stuff, and Ares Tobiko, is that right? It's a handy looking EDC fixed blade. Looks like it's got a nice uh, thicker scale on it. Would fit well in hand, and an awesome blade shape. So very cool. Let's see, Maddie here. Looks like Maddie may be here. Hey man, how are you doing? Laser Ghost Knife Pry. That is a laser. Yeah, see the Laser Ghost knife there. Or, yeah, Laser Ghost there. I'll have to talk to Donnie. All right, so that's, let's see, I think that's the end of that carries us down to the end of the Discord. Let's see if I can bring that back up and bring that back up and do a transition thing over here. There we go. we're back to our regular desktop. It just looks odd. There we go. Mr. Eddie said, "Oh, this is happening." It's already happened, mister. We pulled out a bunch of slip joints. I think I told Mr. Eddie that I was planning on doing that. Pulled out a lot of them. Some of them are very rough. There's people that actually rebuild these knives, and that would be very painstaking to try to remove the pins in there and take everything apart and clean it and remake all the new stuff and fix fix scales that are cracked and whatnot. But it would still be pretty cool to have one of those knives and have it all shined up. I've actually carried this one some. This was on the larger side, but even this one, you can see how much of the blade was probably sharpened away. And I don't. This one, it looks like somebody took a wheel to it trying to clean it up, which is not the right way to do it. But that came from a friend of mine's estate when he passed. His wife gave me a lot of the old knives because I helped clean out the storage building that he had a lot of his ham radio equipment in, a lot of his just various and sundry things. I think he did not throw things away. So, all right. So that's been the fun part today, is to looking at some of the slip joints in my collection. Roger says, Tommy always, I don't know about that, Roger, but thank you very much. Mr. 80 said, I got a new hypercut today. You didn't post it in the Discord there, Mr. Eddie. But some of these knives I've actually carried and used over the years. Let's see if I can do this without. That was one of the ones that I carried and used. And this very, very small old timer. And also, not that case, but this case here, I've carried some too. But talk about one that's been sharpened. Look at that. That has been carried a lot. The scales are very smooth. You can actually see the logo is somewhat worn there. So this has seen a lot of pocket time. A lot of history on some of these knives, I would imagine. I know my grandfather was in the war and got to Normandy a few days after the the Normandy invasion, because I've found some stuff and tracked his division or whatever that when he went over there. So very cool. I found something the other day. Apparently he was authorized to drive pretty much anything, which is pretty neat. Found some old paperwork, but anywho, all right, y'all. It's been over an hour and a half, and it's getting late here on the East Coast. I appreciate y'all being here so much. Y'all are awesome, and I've had a lot of fun showing you the a little bit of slip joints that I have. Just thought that might be something interesting to pull out. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Wonderful rest of your week. It's almost the weekend. Hope to see y'all again next week. And thank you so much for being here. Y'all have a good one. Appreciate you.